Hi, I'm Mazen. I represent Group 8, and on behalf of Group 8, good morning to one and all. I have Nawaf with me, Nadia, Atik, Saurav, and Kusumakar. Our topic is on sports. This will be our agenda for the day. We'll be going through the introduction and the background. We'll dig deep into literature review, the data collections and methodology, followed by the data analysis that has been done on it, and finally, a few suggestions and recommendations. This would be an interesting topic, particularly for people who enjoys playing or watching sports. Sports is basically categorized into indoor and outdoor sports, and outdoor sports being the most popular among it. Sports has become major business with huge financial attractions. I'd like to show you a glimpse of the popularity of different sports in each continent. You will quickly notice in the image that football is the most popular among them. And because of the popularity, a lot of opportunity to develop football has become possible. Business tycoons pour in a lot of money to incentivize it. We would be focusing on football leagues and franchises, particularly on the English Premier League. English Premier League is the most competitive and one of the oldest domestic football league in the world. Most of the teams are formed as part of city communities, and hence the names would be based out of the city. If there are multiple teams, different names are used with the city names. Example, Manchester, there is both Manchester United and the Manchester City. For source of income is of course the broadcasting right, commercials or sponsorship deals, and then the match day revenue itself. 5 European league clubs revenue has been shown on the right. The numbers are in terms of millions. You will notice that England is of course the highest, followed by Germany, Spain, Italy, and France. The competition structures goes like this. You will have 20 teams playing with each other twice. The winning team gets 3 points, the losing team gets 0. And if it's a draw, you'll have 1 point each. Highest points will be crowned the champions. There are multiple teams with the same points at the end of the season. The team with the highest difference of goal wins. Winning Premier League matches and staying in the Premier League is critical for the football clubs due to the financial and the non-financial benefits. As a result of this, a lot of investments for good training grounds, analytical teams to provide key insights, and investing in new players has come up. Winning football matches has become very difficult for teams with less money. I would like to hand over to Nawaf for discussing about the research that goes into winning the matches. Over to you, Nawaf. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazin. So let's talk about the research objectives. So we have three main research objectives in our project. First one is the minimum performance that is required by a club to win a Premier League football match. The second one is the minimum performance that is required to achieve in all Premier League games in a season to be champions by end of the season. The third one is the impact of winning the league and relegate into the second tier or the championship. So that is from the financial perspective. So all these three objectives are analyzed in the project. So let's look at the research questions. So we have three research questions. The first one is the financial impact of being the champion and relegate into second tier. So this is one of the most important things that we are going to analyze. The second one is the importance of achieving the best performance to be the champion and avoid any relegation. And the third one is the importance of giving opportunity for homegrown talent and bringing them to the first team. So these three questions are understood and answered in our research paper.
Thank you, Nawaf. Hello, everyone. I'm Nadia Ismaili. We have done a lot of research related to football matches as our literature review, which includes player performance and intensity, physical demand and consequences to performance, investments and performance continuity, predicting results based on performance, and performance-based revenue sharing. The first part of literature review is player performance and intensity. The competitive nature of the Premier League creates great exciting seasons continuously each year. Teams should use predictive analytics to gain the better understanding of the constraints and significant features during the games. In football, match performance can be defined as the interaction of different technical, tactical, mental, and physical factors. Players cover a distance between 9 to 14 kilometers and perform more than 1,000 activities during the match. There are three field positions in football: defend, midfield, and attack. The physical demand and skills required of players playing in these positions are different from each other. Understanding the exact player's capability is required for playing the player in the correct position. We should consider the characterizing the importance of patterns of physical activities, frequency, efficiency of games actions such as involvement with the ball, total number of successful passes, dribbling, and beating players. Also, high-intensity football matches require particular players or playmakers to be replaced at the correct moment to keep on the momentum of the intensity as well. In terms of investments and performance continuity, a lot of studies affirm that being competitive requires clubs to invest in new players, promoting high-performance youth team members to the first team, analyzing player performance, and making data-driven decisions. Performance analysis is an essential piece of the coaching system. The use of video and PC innovation in sport and the execution of video survey meetings are great periodic progress tests and performance evaluation amongst mentors, competitors, and sport researchers. One of the main reasons for the Premier League to be competitive and attractive is that clubs in the league spend money to buy new players. While the competition for top positions is fierce in the Premier League, lower tier teams, by contrast, cannot realistically hope to compete with the top teams and instead focus simply on avoiding relegation. Now I want to ask Saurav to explain predicting results based on performance and performance-based revenue sharing in the literature review.
Thank you, Nadia. Hello, everyone. I am Saurabh Bhandari, and the fourth part of our literature review is predicting the results based on the performance. With the help of the past data, we can help players to select the most appropriate coordinate in the X and Y axis, which increases the chances of winning. Players are given updates to change their position based on the match. Identification of fan loyalty is also one of the factors that can determine the chances of winning. Loyalty is the foundational quality that gets team through tough times and is the component that drives team toward great achievements. Substitution is an essential tool for a coach to influence the match. Factors like injury of a player, require tactical changes, or underperformance of a player initiates the substitution. With the help of predictive analytics, we can determine the appropriate time and the player for substitution. Talking about our last point, goals are very rare in soccer. That leads to high influence on the results of a match. Using predictive analytics, we can analyze the goal scoring opportunity, which in turn helps the team to make informed decisions that can lead to victory. Now let's talk about the performance-based revenue sharing. TV rights is associated to Premier League, and Premier League is authorized to sell the rights. Based on the collective basis, smaller clubs can have higher revenue from the TV rights, which helps them develop their infrastructures. The total income of a team is directly related to the team's progress in the season, and from the historic data, it was found that the revenue sharing model works to increase the performance of the player as their income depends on it. The redistribution of the income from richer to poorer teams makes the future competitions more balanced, hence more enjoyable to the fans. Revenue sharing increases the future demand for the sport, which in turn increases the revenue of the league. Now my friend Kusumakar will explain about the data collection and the methodology.
Thank you, Saurav. I'm Kusma Prashrestha. So moving on to the next slide, it's data collection and methodology. So the data set contains the relevant variables which can be analyzed in order to create accurate models, which is used for predicting the chances of winning. And the only part that was missing from the data set was the financial earning of each team, the income and expenditure of each team during the period 2009-10 to 2017-18. So with the help of transfer market, we were able to merge our original data set in order to get the income and expenditure of each team for each season, which made us easy for us to perform analysis and generate insights for our project. So moving on to the slide, the methodology that we used was data pre-processing, where we detect and remove the outliers using the visualization and using implementing some mathematical formulas on the data set, tuning the data set with the nearest good data and truncating them completely and imputing the null values with the mean values. And like I said previously, the merging of data, the financial data, which we obtain from transfer market, and merging it with the leaked data set from the Kaggle. So the next part was data analysis, where based on our analysis that the total of 36 teams were the part of the Premier League during the season 2009 to 2019 to 2017-18. During this period of 10 years of period, Manchester City and Chelsea were the team that has won the Premier League more than any other team, whereas Manchester United has won the league twice and making a history. Leicester City won the league Premier League once.
Thank you, Kush. So let's talk about the minimum matches required to win. So football is all about winning, and more you win, the more that you have chance to win the league because each win gives 3 points to the team. Stats shows that on average a team should win minimum of 27 matches during a season, and they can afford to draw about 7 matches, and they can afford to lose about 4 matches as well. During 2017-2018 season, Manchester City won the league with highest wins, that is 32. And during 2010-2011 season, Manchester United won the league with only 23 wins. However, they had about 11 draws as well. So moving on with minimum points needs to be accumulated in order to win the league. So as I explained earlier, the more you win, the more points that you can accumulate to win the league. So there are about 38 matches during a season and total 114 points to play for. However, if a team gains around 88 points on average, that is considered as a title challenging season for a team. In 2017-2018, Man City won the league with the highest points of 100. And the lowest was by Manchester United during 2010-2011 with 80 points. To further elaborate on data analysis, Atik will take over.
Thank you, Saurav. Hello, everyone. This is Atik Kumar Vahora. I'll be continuing on the data analysis portion. In this slide, I'll be talking about the attempts of goal that each league has tried and won the championship. We found that on average, the team should score 229 times to be champion. In 2015-16, Leicester City won the league with the lowest attempts of 179 goals. However, in 2017-2018, Manchester City won the league with highest of 265 goals. On this slide, I'll be talking about income of champions for each season. Winning the championship has huge financial impact for the team. And from our data analysis, we found that over the years, income for each champion team has gradually increased. As we can see from the 2012 season of Manchester United when they were champions, the income there, and the Chelsea who won in 2016-2017, there is a big difference in income, and that has been the trend over the years. Finally, it's important to note that the Premier League has now become one of the richest sporting events in the globe. In this project, we analyze what teams should do at minimum to be the champions. Still, stakes are high for the teams to stay in the league for better prospect as well. On behalf of the team, I would like to thank everyone who joined. Thank you.